Hey everyone, and welcome back to this class, Artificial Intelligence, Reinforcement Learning in Python. In this section of the course, we are going to re-examine the multi-armed bandit problem, which you already saw in my first course on Bayesian machine learning and A/B testing. If you haven't taken that course, don't worry too much, since we are going to fully cover the problem in this course. Suppose you go to a casino, and you have a choice between 3 slot machines. Each slot machine can give you a reward of 0 or 1, so it's like a coin toss for now. This is called the multi-armed bandit problem, because when you pull a slot machine, you have to pull on the arm of the machine, and they are bandits because they are taking your money. The win rate of the slot machines is unknown, so for example, they might be 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5, but you wouldn't know that. You would only be able to discover it by collecting data. Now, your goal at the casino is obviously to maximize your winnings. If you were psychic and you could determine using your psychic powers which machine had the highest win rate, you would play only that machine, and that's how you would maximize your winnings. But since you don't know the win rates and you need to estimate them by collecting data, that means you have to play each of the machines. This is where the dilemma comes in. You need to collect lots of data for your estimates to be accurate. But if you collect lots of data, then you're going to spend lots of time playing suboptimal bandits. So you need to balance between trying to maximize your earnings and trying to obtain accurate measurements of each bandit's win rate, since in order to maximize your earnings, you need to accurately know that information. In traditional A/B testing, what you would do is predetermine ahead of time the number of times you need to play each bandit in order to obtain statistical significance. The number of times you need to play is dependent on a number of things, such as the difference in win rates between each bandit. If the difference is bigger, you need less samples, but if the difference is smaller, you need more samples. This is kind of silly because you don't know the difference before you start the test, so that's one of the disadvantages of traditional A/B testing. An important rule of A/B testing is that you do not stop your test early. So if you decided beforehand that you need to play each bandit 1,000 times, and by the time you get to 500, you've calculated 90% win rate for one bandit and 10% win rate for another bandit, you're not allowed to stop. Luckily, we don't care about statistical significance in this course, so we won't need to follow any of those rules. It's interesting that humans behave the opposite. Suppose you win 2 out of 3 times on one bandit and 0 out of 3 times on another bandit. You would probably feel a strong urge to only play the 2 out of 3 bandit from this point forward, even though there is a high probability the other bandit could still be better. If I were to ask you in a statistical way, if you think 2 out of 3 and 0 out of 3 give you accurate measurements, you would say no way. As a data scientist, you know that there's a low probability that the first bandit has an actual win rate of 67% and a low probability that the second bandit has an actual win rate of 0%. You know this because 3 is a very tiny sample size. And yet, if you are playing slot machines, you feel compelled to believe that the first bandit is better. In the coming lectures, we'll talk about algorithms that will systematically make a trade-off between exploration and exploitation. These will allow us to improve upon these 2 poor solutions to the problem, which are human emotion and traditional A/B testing.